So Deji's path to fighting Jake Paul has not been the easiest, which is really sad to see, because I want to see him beat the living fuck out of that Walmart promoting arsehole. I also love that after the press conference it got exposed that Jake Paul sells his merch in He's just an absolute joke, isn't he? However, back to Deji, it all started a few days ago when he released this video titled, Deji is pulling out of a KSI Vs Logan Paul boxing match. I think the reason he made this video is because everyone was chatting shit about Deji and basically saying he's going to drop out the fight, he's definitely not going to fight Jake Paul, he's going to drop out a few weeks or days before. This video is basically him responding to that and saying that he's pretty pissed off now that no one's supporting him, apparently none of his friends are supporting him. And he basically looks like he's had enough.
There are a lot of people that actually supported me, but then there are a lot of people that just gave up on me. And the people that gave up on me, that's why I don't fuck with you. I can't fuck with people who give up on me. The thing is with me, let's say if I have a child, he sucks, he's struggling and everything. Even if I know he sucks and everything, there's no way in hell I'll give up on him. That's just not me. I can't give up on someone. Someone who gives up on someone, I see you as a fake person. That's just me. I can never just give up on someone. If I know they're shit and they're struggling, I'll still stick by them just to help them because I know they need that extra push. Someone who gives up on them, that's not gonna help.
And then he also drops his bombshell on us, which I had no idea was coming, that he left his trainer Vidal, who's also training KSI, and is going independent.
Anyway, I'm now home. I'm now gonna be training closer to home. I've decided that. I never got dropped. This was my decision. I wanna be independent. I'd prefer being independent. The thing is, I don't wanna win being like, oh, okay, Deji won because he had JJ's trainers. I wanna win being like, oh, Deji won because he was independent and decided to do it himself. That's what I want people to be saying. That's how I feel. That's what will make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I never got dropped by my trainer. Jake Paul's a bitch for saying I got dropped. He's just, you know, it's Jake Paul banter.
But you can clearly see it by that first video that everything's getting under his skin a little bit. He's not getting much support, which is so annoying to see. It's fucking bullshit because Jake Paul is just reveling in this shit. He loves it. He's having a great time watching Deji basically break down.
Deji's trainer dropped him. I told him it was a dead end and he listened to me. Whoa! Bro, I don't tell him to say this. Bro, we're about to start the show and they just start chatting.
Yeah, bro, yo, Jake keeps trolling him, bro.
Bro,
he's done, bro.
It's
a fight now, then.
I don't know.
And that's why this shit just pisses me off. Because as a YouTube community, you know, we don't agree on much, but there's one thing we can definitely agree on, and that is that Jake Paul is the biggest twat we have ever seen on this website. So every time something negative happens to Deji, this just boosts Jake Paul's confidence even more. And I'm sorry, we have to shut that shit down. So after Deji publicly pleaded for people to just try and support him and get behind him and have some faith in him, the homie Keemstar, with not the best timing here, he tweeted out this. Please, Comedy Gamer, drop out and let Joe Weller fight Jake Paul. Retweet if you want. Something tells me Keem didn't watch that video of Deji pleading for support. But this set Deji off, and he pretty much lost it, and he made a 10-minute video responding to Keemstar and what he said about him.
What's up, guys? Yeah, we're here again. So, it's been drawn to my attention that no one supports me. Not surprised. I know no one supports me. That's just it. But it's just sad that I wake up, right? I go to my phone, and I see that I've got a notification from someone who I thought was a friend, Keemstar, and he's tweeting out telling me to drop out and let Joe Weller fight instead of myself. He wants Joe Weller to fight Jake instead of myself. First of all, there's a lot into this, but first of all, let's talk about the fact that I've been training for months on end, and Keemstar wants me just to drop out, like just put it's like literally you're working on a building, right? and he thinks it looks shit, so he's like, stop it. Just stop working on that building. You've been working years and shit on that building, and he's like, nah, stop it. Just stop it. And he expects me just to like drop it and then just leave. Does that make any sense? So I've been training for months, and he wants me just to drop out and let Joella fight.
Basically, there's obviously two sides to this story. Keem's side and Deji's side. Let's start with Deji's side. He's already made a video publicly saying how he's tired of fake friends not supporting him and is just annoyed with everyone not having faith in him. And then for Keem to tweet that out, you know, it is really, really shit timing, and I can see why that would really piss him off. And also, the amount of hard work, dedication, and preparation it takes to even attempt to do a boxing match, especially on this scale, is insane. Deji must have been putting in so much work for this, and for someone to publicly try and out you from your own event, I'm not gonna lie, if I was Deji, I would be pissed off too. Because as Deji mentions later in the video, he is genuinely one of the reasons that this whole event is happening.
I want this fight. I wanted this fight from the get-go. I went to LA to confront Jake. That's how much I want this fight. An 11-hour flight. I hate flying. I hate flights. Flying sucks. I confronted Jake to fight JJ because what do you call it? He was too pussy to be like, oh yeah, I'll fight JJ. Let's do MMA, blah. I went to Jake to confront him, being like, you know what? Why don't you just fight JJ? And eventually, I was like, I'll fight you instead and let Logan fight JJ. And that's how this event's happening. I put my foot down and said, let's do it. That's why this event's mainly happening. I'm telling you right now, I'm one of the pioneers to why this event's happening. A lot of people are gonna say that's not true, but if you really look at the facts, it is true. Jake was never gonna fight JJ. Jake was never gonna fight JJ. He was being the biggest bitch saying, let's do MMA. I had to step in and be like, I'll fight you boxing, and then he accepted. And then Logan accepted to fight. That's why this event's happening.
So this is also his event. It's not just KSI's event, it's his event too. And you can see that he genuinely does want this fight. So I don't think Keem should have tried to publicly try and push him aside and try and get retweets to try and sway people's minds to actually have Joella fight instead of Deji, when Deji has put so much of the groundwork into this event. And like I said, he is probably one of the reasons why KSI is fighting Logan Paul. I've been thinking about it, if I was in an event, a YouTuber event, and my friends didn't have my back, or my friends were doing stuff like this, yeah, it would get to me too. You want your friends to support you. That is literally what friends are for. They're there to support you and be there for you when you're doing big stuff and when you're doing new challenges. So I completely understand Deji on this one. I completely understand his point of view, why he's so mad, and he's had enough of people just treating him like this. We don't want to give Jake Paul any more confidence than he already has. Why? Why do we want to do that? What's the point? But Keemstar responded to this video and tweeted out, I'm not a snake. A snake is someone who's a fake friend or lies, backstabs. I love Deji, but everyone is saying he's not ready and I don't want him in this fight unless he actually has a chance to beat Jake Paul. That's a friend looking out, not a snake. So this tweet does clear a lot of it up. You do realise where Keem is coming from this tweet. He is just concerned for Deji. He doesn't... Because Deji hasn't released a lot of footage of him fighting, and, you know, no one really knows how ready he is. So Keem is obviously a bit concerned about why Deji is fighting Jake Paul and if he is prepared enough. And yeah, you can say that is him being a good friend looking out for his mate. However, with the fight only being 2 months away, I feel like the initial tweet he did was so pointless because nothing's going to change. People have bought tickets to the KSI Logan Paul Deji vs Jake Paul fight. It's not going to just switch up to Joella. Like, it's not going to do that. So the tweet does way more damage initially than good, because you're just going to upset Deji and nothing's going to come from it because the fight's only a few months away. And on top of that, do you really think Deji was going to change his mind just because, you know, a tweet got a few retweets? I don't think that was ever going to happen. So in my opinion, the initial tweet from Keem was very pointless and didn't need to be done. But you can also understand where he's coming from with that tweet because, you know, he's trying to look out for his friend, I guess, as well. Keem also tweeted out that I don't feel like a betrayed comedy gamer at all. Supporting someone and rooting for someone is much different than who I think is going to win a fight. But clearly, Deji was upset by that tweet, so as a friend, I'm going to delete it. So I do disagree with Keem here because I think supporting and saying who you think's going to win a fight, especially when it's your friend, I think it is kind of the same thing, because especially if you're a public figure like Keem, I feel like you want as many people supporting your friend as you possibly can. So to even give a hint or an inkling that you think Jake Paul might win, and people on the outside will see that Deji's friend is saying that, they won't believe in Deji no more because his friend doesn't even believe in him. I don't think you could publicly state Jake Paul's going to win and then go and support Deji. I think you have to just support and back him 100% until the fight happens to give him that boost, and also to give the public that faith that, you know, Deji's going to win. If Keem tweeted out, oh man, I've seen Deji training, I think he's going to knock Jake Paul out, he'd get a lot more support. So I think that you can't do both. I think especially with your friends involved, you definitely can't do both. For me, if it's KSI vs Logan Paul, I want to support KSI but I think Logan Paul's going to win. I can do that. I'm not friends with any of them. But if you're friends with them, I think it's a lot more different. It's a different story, especially if you want to keep your friends happy. But I'm lucky enough, and one of the reasons I made this video is because I know Keem. Keem is one of my friends, and I personally know how loyal he is, and he's a very genuine guy. And I do believe he was actually just looking out for Deji. He wouldn't try and hurt Deji. Him and Deji have been mates forever, since I can even remember. So I definitely don't think he was trying to hurt him or, you know, be a snake towards him at all. I just think he maybe went about it the wrong way with only a few months left to the fight. Because at this point, there's really no going back. It's at the point of no return. I really do feel like now you just have to get behind your friends and support them rather than, you know, trying to make something different happen. Because at the end of the day, we all want the same thing. We just want to see Jake Paul's face kissing the canvas, and we want to see him bloodied and bruised, and we want to see Deji standing over him and screaming. Thank you for watching today's video. It's a bit of a shorter video, or maybe not as much as you normally expect from me, because I literally just got back from holiday, and I just wanted to make a video for you guys, get right back on it. Thank you so much for all the support. We're nearly at 1 million subs. I believe we're like 90k away from it now, nearly. So please subscribe to the channel, sub if you're new. We want to hit 1 million. My Instagram is Pierce_Cav, and my Twitter is @KavosYT. Go and follow them. I'll be following you guys back who do follow that. I'm following a few of you, maybe even DMing you. I do that sometimes. That's the way I contact my fans, is my Twitter, my Instagram. So check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, fuck off.